Good evening, friends. Now let us start lecture 3, chapter motion. Till now, what I taught you, I taught distance, displacement, then I taught you speed, velocity, then I taught you average speed, average velocity, and then after I taught you uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Now I'm going to start the topic acceleration. See, might be you have heard that word accelerator in bike or in car. So it is related with this that word called acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration is basically measurement of that how fast or how slow speed or velocity is going to change. How fast or how slow your velocity is going to change. So measurement of that is known as acceleration. Mathematically, what we are writing, the rate of change of velocity of a moving body with time is called acceleration. Acceleration mathematically we are writing as acceleration is equals to change in velocity upon time taken for change. And we know that what is change in velocity? Change in velocity is nothing but final velocity minus initial velocity. So acceleration is equals to, we can say, final velocity minus initial velocity upon time taken for change. Now, numerically, if suppose you will see that unit of acceleration, then acceleration, technically what is acceleration? Change in velocity upon time. Now change in velocity, what is the unit of change in velocity? That will be meter per second itself. So meter per second by time. So what will you get this thing? This thing will be what? Simply meter per second square. So this thing will be what? Simply meter per second square itself. So in SI system, what you can say that unit of acceleration is what? Meter per second square. Now, one thing you have to keep in your mind very clearly, that positive or negative sign of acceleration always shows the direction of acceleration or force, but not represent the direction of motion of the body. Then means which direction you can say that by what you can find out that what is the direction of that body. I taught you in case of velocity that direction of velocity gives the direction of object, that in which direction object is basically moving, right? Now, next is uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration is uh, it is something like uniform velocity itself. I taught you in case of uniform velocity that what was uniform velocity, that in equal time interval, if you are if suppose you are means shifting equal distance or equal displacement, then we were saying that you are in uniform motion or your speed or your velocity is what? Constant. That in equal interval of time, if you are moving with equal distances, then we were saying that you are in uniform speed. Similarly, what is uniform acceleration? That in equal interval of time, if increment of the velocity or decrement of the velocity is uniform. Like see, you can see clearly here that at A your speed was what? 2. Now at B what is your speed? 4. At C what is your speed? 6. At D what is your speed? 8. So see, technically what you can say clearly, that your speed is basically uh, in 1 second increasing by just 2 meter per second. So such type of acceleration we are saying that is uniform acceleration. Then what about non-uniform acceleration? Non-uniform acceleration is opposite of it, that in equal time interval you will get increment or what? Decrement of unequal speed. Like uh, see here, in this case you can see very clearly that in first second increment is what? 3 meter per second. In second case increment is what? 6 meter per second. In the last case increment is what? 2. So this thing is not constant. So if it is not constant, that means what? That will be non-uniform motion. Now next is what? That if sign of velocity and acceleration are same, it means the speed of body will always increases. and if both are opposite sign, that means the speed will decrease. Later on, you will see this type of case in acceleration due to gravity. But for the moment, just keep in your mind that, for example, if you are throwing something up, then what is happening? Your speed is basically decreasing. Why? Because acceleration due to gravity is acting downwards, and your speed is what? Upward. So both are in what? Opposite direction. That's why speed is decreasing. Or what you can say, that suppose in a running train, just before reaching the station, if suppose driver is applying brakes, then also you will see that brake is, what is brake? Brake is what? Backward force. So acceleration is backward, but still is having some forward velocity. That's why that speed is what? Decreasing. Now next one is, now we are going to study about equations of uniformly accelerated motion. See here, basically one thing you have to keep in your mind, that these are basically relation between five quantities. And what are those quantities? Initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time, and displacement. So this is basically a relation of five quantities. Once again, I am repeating: initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time, and displacement. Now, using these five quantities, we are deriving three equations, that is known as equation of motion. So first equation of motion is based on definition of acceleration itself. Just now we were looking that acceleration is what? Change in velocity upon time taken. So acceleration, what we can say? Final velocity minus initial velocity upon time taken. So we can write A equals to V minus U by T, and if you send this T this side, so what will you get? You will get AT is equals to V minus U. Now if you send this U this side, then what will you get? You will get V equals to U plus AT. Simple. So this is basically first equation of motion, which we are deriving from definition of acceleration itself, right? Now what we can do? Second equation of motion. Second equation of motion is what? This is basically we are deriving from one thing I taught you in case of average velocity. That average velocity we can write as initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. And one thing you know from the actually childhood itself, that distance or displacement covered in a straight line is equals to what? Average velocity into time. So this thing, what we can say, that s is equals to average velocity into time. And now what is average velocity? Final velocity plus initial velocity by 2. So we can write this thing as v plus u by 2 into t. Now from the first equation we know that v is what? V is u plus at. So technically what we can say? We can say that s is equals to u plus at plus u by 2 into t. So here what will you get? You will get as u plus u will become what? 2u. We will see in the next slide, don't worry. Like s equals to what? U plus at plus u. So what you can say, that will be 2u plus at by 2, and if you will separate it, then you will get 2u by 2 plus at by 2 into t. So from here you will get this beautiful relation, s equals to ut plus half at square. This is known as second equation of motion. Now third one. Third one is also quite simple. See, till now we had seen that v equals to u plus at and s equals to ut plus half at square. Now, see, suppose first equation v equals to u plus at. Simply square both sides. So if you will square both sides, then what will you get? You will get v square is equals to u plus at whole square. Now, if you will expand it, then see, my friend, what will you get? If you will expand this thing, then you will get u square plus 2u at plus a square t square. Now what we are doing is that in this part, in a square t square, see clearly that a square t square multiply with 2 and what? Divide with 2. See, in any quantity I can multiply and what? Divide with same number, no issues. Like suppose if I am having 4, if I'll multiply and divide with 3, in the numerator denominator value won't change. Suppose 4 into 3 by 3 will be what? 12 by 3. So technically value is what? 4 itself. So that's why we can do something like that. So in this case, if you will multiply with 2 in the numerator and denominator, then this part will become what? 2a square t square by 2. Now 2a, they are going to take what common from these two terms. So if you will take 2a common, then what will you get? U square plus 2a in the bracket ut plus half at square. Now we know from the second equation that what is ut plus half at square? That is nothing but s itself. So we can say that v square equals to u square plus 2as. This is the third equation of motion. Beautiful relation that you have to keep in your mind, right? Now, after this, then before solving problems, you have to keep few things in your mind always. And what are those things? First thing, ensure that the data provided have the same system of unit. That is, either they should be in SI system or it should be in CGS system. Now, next point is, if a body, in any problem, if you see that if a body start from rest, the moment you will see that in the question they are saying something like that body is going to start from rest, it means indirectly they are telling you that u is 0. Second thing, if suppose they are saying that if a moving body comes to rest or stops, its final velocity is 0. Third thing, if body is moving with uniform acceleration, it means acceleration is 0. If you want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, then you have to multiply with 5 by 18. And if you want to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, then you have to multiply with the quantity 18 by 5. Now see, technically one more thing I'll actually suggest you. You are having 5 quantities. What are those quantities? U, V, A, T, S. And you are having what? 3 equations. So, and in each equation, if you see carefully, then at least 4 things are there. Means exactly 4 things are there. So, what I will suggest you is that first of all, before solving any problem, just write down U, V, A, T, and S, and then try to read the problem and try to figure out that what are the things given. Minimum 3 things they will give you. Minimum 3 things they will give you, and using those 3, might be you can find out 4th one, and using that 4th one, then might be you will be able to find out 5th one. Rest of all is mathematics. We will take some problems, don't worry. Like first problem is what? A car increases its speed from 20 km per hour to 50 km per hour in 10 seconds. What is its acceleration? So we know that what is acceleration? Acceleration is final velocity minus initial velocity upon time taken. But here speed is given as kilometer per hour. So how to convert into meter per second? So what we can do? We can multiply 50 with 5 by 18 and 20 with 5 by 18. So technically what I will get something like 50 into 5 by 18 minus 20 into 5 by 18 upon 20. Sorry, upon time taken is what? 10. So this 0, this 0, this 0, this 0 will be cancelled out. I'll get 25 by 18 minus 10 by 18, that is 15 by 18. So that will be the answer. Now further you can simplify it, but resting on you that you will be able to do. Now next is what? A ship is moving at a speed of 56 km per hour. 1 second later it is moving at 58. What is its acceleration? Exactly similar thing. Similar thing that you have to keep in your mind, that what to do. Just convert kilometer per hour into meter per second and subtract it and then divide by 1 second. Next is a scooter acquires a velocity of 36 km per hour in 10 seconds. So just after the start means what? U is 0 and V you can calculate through 36 km per hour multiplied with 5 by 18, then you will get what? 10 meter per second. So U is 0, V is 10 meter per second, and T is what? 10 second. So U, V and T is given. So which equation we will apply? What they're asking, calculate the acceleration. So for acceleration, V equals to U plus AT. V is given, U is given, T is given. Easily you can calculate A. Next one is, a racing car has uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds after the start? After the start means what? U is 0. Acceleration they have given 4 meter per second square. And time they have given you 10 seconds. So you can easily apply S equals to ut plus half at square, and Everything is given. See all these equations is you have to utilize your IQ. If your IQ will be good, then definitely you will be able to do the problems. Simple three equations they have given you, and problems will be based on utilization of those equations. Next is a car acquires velocity of 72 km per hour in 10 seconds starting from rest. Find acceleration, average velocity, distance traveled in this time. Is this is also easy. You can do by yourself. Next is a body accelerating at a. All these problems are basically easy only. You can try by your own. If you won't get, then please WhatsApp me, or you can call me on my number. You know my number, that is 7079070311191. So if you face difficulty in any problem, please ask. Okay, till then, bye.